Well, it was awesome. If there's anybody to try to throw a quick out in front of it, it'd be him. So he's got a pretty good knack for seeing that stuff and jumping on it. So we had a little pressure on that snap, and quarterback, tried to get rid of it quick, and he was on it. So happy he caught it. Probably wish he would have gone down and not run it all the way, but I guess in the heat of the moment, kind of some things forget about once in a while. But so it's a great play. Yeah, he's probably one of the leading scorers on our team, right? So if he scores a touchdown, I guess we're in good shape. So he's kind of a big play guy, and like I said, he's got a knack for really reading receivers sometimes and getting a good break on the ball, and so stepped up to the plate and made a big play when we needed it for sure.
When did you start to notice that he had that big play potential?
He's always had it. He just, for him, it's just evening it out and being consistent and kind of growing into him, his body and his maturity, and so once that all comes together, he'd really be something special. But he's got a lot of good tools, so which he has. He just needs to, keep developing.
For you guys, no sacks against West Virginia. Is that something that I guess is worrisome? Do you read into sacks? Are you more in pressures?
Yeah, we didn't have much disruption at all. I think we had one tackle for loss on the whole day, and then we had 12 the previous week. So feeling good, and then not feeling good about that, and so yeah, part of it is we got to do a better job. We've some individually we have to do a better job and try to put guys in the right schemes in order to make some of those things happen. We can't blitz every down to thinking that's going to be the answer. So we've got to be able to win some of those one-on-one matchups. But some of that goes to just really remembering training. Guys are coached a certain way to do things, how to do things a certain way successfully. And I think a little bit of that game kind of, got away from us early, and we didn't remember our training very well sometimes. So I think if we would have, probably had a lot more chance of success. So we got to get back to that, and just something we always have to keep working on.
Is it encouraging, at least that last drive in overtime, right? JT gets pressured on the sort of fumbling completion, and then the last play. Is that something you solo out and say, hey, like this is a positive, or this?
Well, yeah. We just made it a decision probably to try to be a little more aggressive, and maybe knock them back a little bit and create some longer yardage down and distance, which obviously would help us. Yeah, I mean, I guess that was just our thoughts at the time. It was just trying to stay aggressive at some things, and just make the ball get out of his hands quick. And we had I thought we had pretty decent pass coverage the whole game on Saturday, but maybe except for one guy, one situation, and they just had enough time to find it and throw it, and they're catching it. So a lot of our coverage is actually pretty good. It just doesn't take much, so just a little bit of a breakdown when you're playing against somebody pretty good to make it not work in your favor.
Andy was just talking about resilience team-wide, but offense especially. But for your group, you go down 14-0. What do you tell them? I mean, what's the message there, and how do you keep them in?
Yeah, I thought we didn't really have much of we didn't play very well the first half at all. The big plays and just some really poor execution on certain things, and I thought we kind of were reeling a little bit the whole half. We didn't really stop them at all. A lot of we had 3-4 penalties the first half, and to go along with it. So we're just aiding them down the field, and not like they needed the help. And we just talked at halftime of just kind of what I said before. It's, hey man, settle down, remember your training, just execute. And the good thing is we kept kind of scoring and keeping it close, kind of matching the score. So even though we had probably played, in our estimation, a very poor first half, we're still really only down by 7 points. And so, we ended up, there's a turnover, and then we got to stop. And again, we got ahead, and then, we were able to play a lot better, lot better in the second half. Instead of scoring touchdowns, they were kicking field goals. So and again, that part was, we just regrouped and know how we can, know how we can play better, and we're determined to play better, and we didn't change really anything that we were doing. We didn't, there was really not much to fix other than, hey, let's remember our training. Let's just execute our stuff better. And we did. So I don't know. I just don't know that we could have done that last year. I think once those games kind of got away sometimes last year, they just got away and there wasn't any coming back. And so it's just disappointing not to play better the first half, but it's encouraging that we actually came out second half and actually played halfway decent.
That's big picture when you have a little time to regroup, like you said, in the half and all that. But then later you have the deflected ball that goes for the completion. And what do you tell them in that moment to bounce back?
Yeah, it's next play, right? I mean, we say it all the time. It's next play. What do you do about that? I don't know. I think the same thing happened for them a week ago against when they played Pitt. The same thing happened. It's just that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. It's next play. It's the next play. It's the next play. So, you kind of just got to wipe some of those things away, and that's the name of the game on defense. It's being resilient, and you just got to keep fighting because till the ball crosses the goal line, they're not in. So anything can happen.
What are your thoughts on the Houston offense?
Well, yeah, they're pretty good. They're good in a different way, I guess, than Pitt was size and athleticism. These guys they've got some decent size in the line and things like that, but a lot of their skill or players they're very fast, they're very quick, and can kind of get behind you pretty easy, or they can catch it in front of you and make you miss. So we've got our schematically, there's some similarities to the two, West Virginia and Houston. In what they do and how they schematically what they do and how they do it, but the type of players doing it are a little bit different, so they're kind of scary.
How would you evaluate the way you guys have stopped the run 2 weeks into the season?
Yeah, I like that. I thought West Virginia they did try to run the ball, and their biggest plays were on a quarterback scramble and a draw play. So. When they really tried to run it, I don't think they probably didn't have the kind of success that they'd want to have, and I felt pretty good about our ability to hold up against, they're a good team and big guys, and I thought we held our own in there really well. So again, I don't think we didn't get as many plays on their side of the line of scrimmage as I would like, but in terms of just not getting manhandled up front, I don't think we got manhandled up front, so I thought that was encouraging. Yeah, well, I just had the expectation that's how we need to be. So ahead or behind, I don't know. That's just how we need to play, right? We can't allow teams to just hammer us running the ball, because that allows everything to work, and that really affects the defensive mentality in terms of when you just can't stop somebody. There's a lot that mentally that works on you that way as well. So the fact that we're able to play physically that way, which again that didn't always happen last year, we were able to do it and have been able to do it for a couple of weeks is encouraging to me. So I have an expectation it's going to happen every week. So that's the bottom line.
Hey Brian, I asked Andy this about when you're facing a team that's going vertically, quarterback run game and option things. How much time does that take extra during the week to prepare for that?
Yeah, if you were preparing for our offense, yeah, that'd be kind of rough, right? Yeah, it's a whole other element of things, and you got to consider what you do, what you can do, and what you can't do based on that. I think it probably simplifies teams a little bit defensively, and so ultimately I think that works in your favor. But that takes a lot of work when you've got all the option phases and it comes at you a lot of different ways. It's I'm sure there's a lot of defensive coaches sweating that out this week. I'm hopeful that Houston won't come out and try to duplicate all that stuff. But I guess if they do, I guess we've prepared for it. We've worked against it a lot, so I think we know what to do, what we'd want to do at least. So.